What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back, everybody, to the 113th episode of your favorite nerdy podcast where we talk about everything pop culture, but especially sports, comic books, movies, and anime. That podcast being Comic.
Hey, Weeba! Ha! Ha! Ha!
I'm your co-host, James, aka Comics for Cheap, aka hashtag Send It to James, aka man, RIP to Akira. We lost a real one. Lost a real one this week for sure. Someone who influenced a whole genre by himself. I got my co-host here with me.
Yep, it's your boy, aka Dino. Please, hit me with the music. Black Santa, aka Dino was right about that, and I got something a little more to say once we get through with the fun. But aka that man says Saquon is dead to him. I mean, Tiki Barber taking this as if it's like he just lost his girl or something. I mean, Tiki is upset that Saquon done went to them Eagles. God dang, aka super code.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What? Water sponsored by nobody. We still don't got no gosh diggity on sponsors, but I'm telling y'all, it's coming sooner than later. I'm telling
That's
y'all,
right.
might be around the corner. You never know what next week who sponsors. You never know. Probably still nobody. But until then, we are unsullied since 2021.
That's right. Hit that like button for us. Subscribe if you haven't already. Whether you're live or on the replay, always drop a comment or something in the chat and we will get to you. Of course, we already got Vinyl Dragon in the house. What's up, Vinyl? He's saying
I know,
this is
my
the Comics
boy.
for Cheap 1 in 100 variant episode. That's right.
Yeah.
Dang, Black Santa is on another level. He is speaking in 4 dimensions. Always. He's on that next level.
Always. Absolutely.
Always on that next level. But yeah, we got a great show lined up for you guys this evening. We got a lot to talk about. I don't know where you want to kick it off tonight with Chris, but you can go ahead and get the lead.
Super quick, I want to kick it off. I know we usually go with sports, but real fast, I want to talk about Akira Toriyama. Like Dino said, we found out on March 8th, but he actually passed on March 1st. So they had like a private ceremony, and then we found out March 8th. But yeah, Akira Toriyama, I said it on my Instagram. That's the GOAT right there. There's a lot of great anime creators and manga creators, but they'll never reach Akira Toriyama's where he got to, because this guy, he's the one who motivated most of your favorite ones right now. And Dragon Ball and the whole franchise is just the pinnacle of anime, shonen anime and fighting anime. And this guy, I mean, his creativity, his love for it, it was all just amazing, and he will definitely be missed. It hurts all manga and anime fans all over the world. I mean, people are still just going crazy. Tons of videos talking about it now. It's going to be one of those things that's probably be the rest of this month. People will be, giving their great stories and what, how much Akira Toriyama and Dragon Ball meant to them. And even though Dragon Ball will continue in some shape or form, it'll never be the same. And
right.
Just RIP. And it was sad. It was very sad, man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was the not just like one of the first animes that I heard about, but it was one of the first like television shows that was talked about. I remember everyone always talking about in school and elementary school and everything like that. So just to have that kind of influence, impact on your genre and cross genres, I mean, it affected everyone, you know what I mean? Like it was, everyone knew about it. It's a household name, whether you watch anime or not. Dragon Ball Z, oh, I know what that is. So to have that level of notoriety is really says something. And so I know that worldwide, we're all feeling that one is quite the loss. So
Yeah,
yeah,
indeed.
definitely. All right. Well, while we're talking about a little bit of anime related stuff,
Hmm.
there is some anime news. So not only did since I'm pretty sure since we've done the last episode that the live action for Avatar has dropped on Netflix. Have you been able to watch that?
I have not. I watched a little tiny bit of it, but I keep getting interrupted, and I'm gonna sit down and really watch it. But from the little tiny bit I watched, it was okay. It wasn't too bad. But
Yeah,
again,
I heard it was pretty decent. I
it
haven't
was
seen it
straight
yet either.
right.
Uh, but I heard it was decent. I haven't really been able to
Hmm.
watch anything lately, but
Hmm.
uh I heard it's good. I heard people liking it. If you're like a hardcore dedicated Avatar fan like of the anime though,
Yeah.
like there are differences, of course, but I
Hmm.
mean I think that should be expected.
That's all of them.
Um
Yeah, yeah, all of them
yeah,
have
yeah.
that.
So it just depends how you're going into viewing it if you want to keep an open mind for it. And I heard it's decent if you're just kind of putting it on to watch. So
Right.
that's exciting. And then there is apparently a Naruto movie that is now in development. Uh,
Hmm.
Probably just based on the success of all these other live action
Yeah.
things that have gone on that they're just kind of trying to capitalize on this new wave of live action anime that has been going
Of
down.
course. Of course. So, that one I'm excited for, but I'm also quite not necessarily worried, but definitely interested to see what's going to get skipped
Hmm.
and what they're going to do. Is it going to be just the first part of Naruto and basically leading up to the first Naruto and Sasuke fight at the end at the Valley, or is it going to be Naruto then mixed into with Shippuden? Which I hope they don't do that. I hope they just focus heavily on just Naruto, and then if they plan on doing a second one, then you might do Naruto Shippuden. But just focus on Naruto. There's enough there because if you skip too much and you go straight to Shippuden, it's going to be a mess. Because I think me personally, if I was doing it, I would focus on the beginning part of Naruto all the way up basically to the Chunin exam. Have that be the main focus, and then I think you'll do well enough where then you can have the second part be after the Chunin exam all the way up to that final fight with Sasuke, and then after spoiler after Sasuke beats Naruto, then you can have look into all right. I think he'll be successful enough. Then we'll focus on Shippuden then. But I don't know. You know how they've been. They rush a whole lot of stuff and skip through a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm worried about that. But I am
Sure.
excited to kind of see what they do.
Yeah, definitely. We will see it. Yeah, hopefully they do take their time. For some reason, a lot of studios just like you said, they like to rush stories and like speed into certain characters
Hmm.
being on screen because they think that's what's going to put butts in the seats or streaming views or whatever. But honestly, if you take your time and do it right, that's what's really going to build the long term fans or even
Yep.
create a new fan base that wasn't there before.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo. Yeah.
All right. So we got. Let's see. My list. I have. Oh, Invincible returns tomorrow to
I did not
Prime.
even. Oh my god, man! It's been so much stuff going on. Not even.
I know.
Wow.
We got
Oh wow.
Invincible coming back. I'm excited. I think I'm
Yeah.
finally getting my hands on a compendium this weekend.
Okay.
One of the shows I'm going to, the guy said that he's got one, and he'd bring it for me. So I was like, hell yeah, please let me borrow that, and I'll send it back to you or whatever. But um, yeah, because I wanted to sit through and read like more than just whatever, and it's harder to access on online than it should be.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so yeah, so I'm very excited. Invincible coming back. We'll see. Do you think we're getting a? I know they've been denying heavily that Spider-Man is going to show up. Do you think we're going to get a
Oh
little
man.
Spidey action?
Yeah, they're getting closer and closer to that moment that needs to happen.
Yeah,
Because that's a big cool moment.
right.
Hey, because remember there was other Avengers who showed up too. So I'm hoping that we get that. I want to see some
That would
Iron
be
Man.
really cool.
That'd be dope. I swear, if they somehow do it, please, Lord, have Robert Downey Jr. be the voice of Iron Man. Even if you don't even call him Iron Man and you skip around it, don't ever say their actual names. Do what they did and just kind of play around, have some fun with it. Have him be the voice. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I'm very excited. So we get the last. I don't even know how many episodes, but we get the final part of this season that we've been waiting for fucking
12 or 13, probably that,
4
maybe 10
months to 10 episodes total. So we've gotten 5. We get another 5.
Yeah, probably not 10. Yeah, probably something like that. Probably another 5.
Okay, gotcha.
Probably another 5.
We've been waiting 4 fucking months for this shit. So
I know, man.
I'm just saying.
I know.
And then that's not even counting the years we were waiting prior to that.
I know, right?
Years.
Years.
And years.
Years, James. My Achilles, James. It was torn waiting for this crap. My Achilles, James. So yeah, man. Hopefully.
Speaking of Achilles, yeah, let's talk about Saquon. This motherfucker really just landed the bag that he got with Philly.
Yeah.
And he can't even complete a whole year with nobody.
Yeah.
Look. But here he is getting, how much was his contract? Like $12 million?
I think it was like a $36 million contract overall, something like that.
Yeah. So like $12 million a year or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
God damn.
It's not as much as McCarthy, but it's still it's a lot more than I probably would have paid them. But I mean,
I mean, honestly, you have another guy who can squat 600 pounds in your backfield now to help push Jalen over the goal line. Now that I guess now that they lost their center, maybe they were just looking for squat power.
I mean, if
didn't Philly pick someone else up too?
I think they picked up a few people. Well, another one, not Saquon's caliber, but yeah. I mean, look, if Saquon can stay healthy, that's not a bad move for him. Of course, him staying healthy, but like if he can give you 1,000 yards, and Jalen Hurts can actually, remember how to play football again. That could be really good. That might make them the best team in the division. I don't know.
I mean, Philly was already a pretty dominant team.
Right. It's just they ended the season really bad. They started off super hot and then just derailed in that end.
Yeah, just like the Cowboys. I love it.
See, the Cowboys are the Cowboys, though. You expect that from the Cowboys every single year. You know what the Cowboys, super quick, you know what the Cowboys should do? You know what Jerry Jones should do?
What's that?
Jerry Jones should start off the season by saying, I want you guys to ask me any questions you want to ask. Ask them right now. Anything, all of them. But after today, I'm not talking to you guys anymore. I am not doing that stupid weekly podcast, or not even a podcast, a phone call, whatever it is. I'm not doing my weekly show. And that's going to be it. I'm not going to say anything to anybody until the end of the season. So ask me anything you want now. And then privately, I would go to Michael Paulson and I would say, hey, I need you. I'm not speaking now. I'm not saying nothing to anybody this whole year. I need you to cut the podcast. Cut it.
Okay.
Because it's not helping. None of this is helping. And it's got to a point where we just need to be completely focused on football, nothing else.
Right.
Because the window is closing very quickly. The Bills, I think their window is closed now. The window is closing.
Yeah, people are leaving the Bills. People are abandoning the Bills.
Yeah, I know. So it's we need to do this now. And we need to be focused. And that's what I would do if I was Jerry, man. Because at this point, this dude his time is coming. So he don't got too many years left. Who knows? Jerry might outlive everybody. But it would look that way. So, it's time now. If you're going to win it, you got to win it now, man. And, I don't see the reason.
The South Park episode where they were, sucking the fetus blood or whatever to keep living longer. Was that U2 or something? Bono was doing that shit? Yeah. That's what Jerry Jones is doing, bro. I swear to God, dude's 80-something years old and still going around, running this large business of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes,
It's kind of crazy.
it
He's
is
got to be
crazy.
doing something to keep up with this. I don't know what it is.
I mean, hey man, he that Illuminati man. You gotta do some things. You gotta sell some things. You gotta give some stuff up part of your soul. But hey man,
Maybe
keep
it's them cheerleaders that is keeping him young.
this ain't WWE. So I don't know,
Oh
man. Look,
shit!
it's just it's interesting, but yeah, I don't know. Saquon thing is interesting.
Yeah,
Tiki was upset. Tiki was, I mean, man,
yeah.
say
What's
he's
going
dead.
on with Tiki? I didn't even see this shit.
Tiki's hurt. Tiki's sending out a tweet talking about Saquon is dead to him. How dare
Uh huh.
you go to the rival team? Called him a traitor. What Dragon saying?
Vile Dragon said Cherry Jones is working for Khonshu, and that's what's keeping him going.
Maybe it is.
The Egyptian
Don't know.
gods are keeping him going.
I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, Tiki went off, man, and Saquon handled it, pretty professionally. Basically, just like like calm down, basically. But he didn't go ham on
Yeah,
him like
why
that.
would you even respond to Tiki Barber? Be like, bro, what is this, 1995 again? What the hell are you even talking about?
Well, Tiki Barber is a one of the Giants' greatest running backs of all time. I don't, so I never really liked Tiki's game
Yeah,
that much
it's like
personally.
25 years ago.
I'm
We're talking
saying, I
about
mean, I'm just saying though, the
a
Giants ain't
quarter
had not that the
century
Giants
ago.
have had a bunch of great running backs. I'm just saying,
No, I understand, but I
but
just don't know why he's mad. I mean, what you can't understand out of the hundreds of players that have been traded around in the last week or so, and new signings and discussions and deals going on. Why are you taking something so personal?
I agree. I don't understand why he gets. I mean, the reason he's doing it is because he quote unquote bleeds blue and he loves the Giants so much. Yeah, okay, cool, but you don't need to go ham on this dude as if he completely, said fuck the Giants and left. They didn't
Maybe,
want to
yeah,
pay him.
maybe you
And
should be
here's the
happy
thing,
you're saving 12 million a year
because they
on a
could have
running
franchised
back,
him.
and
Yeah,
just fucking sign a new running back this year.
because if
Just
they
draft
franchised
one.
him, exactly what you said, 12 million would have been on the franchise. So they didn't want to
Yeah,
franchise him.
right.
So if they don't even want to franchise him, they obviously didn't want to pay him. So they let him go. It's a
Final
business.
says, Final says, bro, we ain't here for that back in my day, Tiki. Back in my day, you stayed loyal to the team you were on.
It's like, dude, and don't forget, if I'm not right, it's not like he ended his career as a Giant. I'm pretty sure Tiki didn't end his career as a Giant. I feel like maybe he did, but for some reason, I feel like he didn't even end his career as a Giant. I don't even remember. The point is, dude, like, who cares? Like, who
He
cares?
spent his entire 10-year career as a running back for the Giants. He did.
Okay, so he did. He did. Okay, sorry, Tiki. You did. You did retire as a Giant. You just didn't get us any Super Bowls because you lost to the Ravens. But
Yes,
I mean,
correct.
dude, oh, that's right. And matter of fact, his last year actually he played pretty well his last year. But the point is, it doesn't matter, dude. Like, calm down. If you
Yeah.
was in the same situation that Saquon was, dude, you did the same thing. You did the
Yeah,
same.
there's that aspect of it too, is some of these older players. I mean, he's not even that old, so it's hard to say that he wasn't getting absurd money, especially for that time, because he was. But like just looking at these new contracts now, it's definitely a different point of view
Yeah,
when you're seeing these numbers that they're flashing around. Tiki was making probably a couple million a year or whatever, like maybe
right.
one, two, three, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
especially towards the end. And
yeah.
now, like that, I mean, that's a huge difference between 3 million a year and 12 million
Of
a
course.
year. And
Mm-hmm.
so, it's you got to follow the money, man. You got to follow the money a little bit. Not, I
Got
mean,
to.
not everyone and not every
Business.
situation and not every whatever, but
Yeah.
overall, you're only in the game for Tiki's lucky he was in it for 10 years. You're probably only going to be in the game for 5, 6, 7 years if you're lucky. You got to fucking get that bread while you can before you fucking start coaching flag football in your neighborhood for the rest of your life.
Think about this. Todd Gurley, who was like that monster for the Rams, that great running back when he was in his
I
prime.
remember. Yep.
That dude is, if I'm not right, he's younger than Derrick Henry, who just went with the Ravens. And that dude's in his late 20s, up to 30s, whatever. This dude is still so young. His career ended, what, 3 or 4 years ago? Like, it's been a couple of
Mm-hmm.
years since that dude been in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
he
right.
was young. Like,
Yep.
and he was so great. Like that's
Yep.
what happens.
Mhm.
Like that's what freaking happens, dude. Like you're a running back. Your window of opportunity to make money is way shorter than almost any other position.
Right.
So I don't blame him for going. I'm not upset that he left. I like the Giants. I'm not angry. Oh my God, that traitor, whatever. He
Yeah.
left because it's a business.
Yeah.
It's just like in real life.
And
This
they
is
ain't winning shit with
It
Daniel
ain't winning
Jones, and
anyway.
he
Exactly.
fucking
It's
knows that.
bingo. It's like you, Dino, or me. If we're working a job, and if another job offers me more money and the job that I'm don't want to pay me, and I go to the other job, that makes me a traitor. That's not how that
Mm,
works.
let's get in that bag.
It's about getting exactly. It's about getting that money.
Yeah, for sure. Vinyl says, bro, no need to apologize to Tiki. He's already forgotten the comment. Just let him know it when it's Jello and Bingo night at the home.
Yo, Vital be killing these dudes, man. God knows, man.
He's in a roasted mood right now. I love it. I
I
love
love
it.
it too, man. Keep that energy. We need it.
That's
So
funny.
yeah, no doubt. So yeah, calm down, Tiki. Relax. Like he said, just point that man when it's time for bingo night. But I gotta
That's
ask
right.
you, what do you feel about
Yeah.
the Derrick Henry trade to the for the Ravens?
Dang, that Ravens getting more stacked.
Whew.
I think there's a change happening right now where honestly I think teams are looking at how the fuck are we gonna beat Kansas City? As honestly, nobody wants Kansas City to three-peat.
I
And
mean,
so every
I
team
love
that's
a
like,
dominant thing, so I'm like, go win as many as you can.
yeah, well, I'm talking about the rest of the teams, right?
Of
So
course,
all the
yeah, of
rest of the
course.
teams are like, of course, we don't want Kansas City to three-peat.
Mm-mm.
So if we even slightly were a contender, like the Eagles, like the Baltimore Ravens, what piece do we need? Where can we solidify? Maybe we don't want Lamar focusing on running, or maybe we want two threats that can run like that. And then he can focus more on passing, but you always have to be worried if he's going to take off or if he's going to pitch the option to now a
Mm.
bulldozer, Derrick
Ooh,
Henry, who will
scary.
also run you the fuck over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that. So I get it. And I think it's cool. I think it's exciting. I think we're going to see uh, some exciting football this year. And I mean, we're only seeing the beginning of the moves that are being done. I can't wait to see what continues through the rest of the spring, early summer. See how the drafts go, the combine. There were some records that were going down in the combine for speed,
Hmm.
for height jumping,
Hmm.
which is awesome stuff going on. So I love to see it. I love the athleticism, and I'm excited to see what the next season is.
I agree with you, man. And yo, with that Henry trade to the Ravens, honestly, that is the scariest backfield in the league. I
Hmm.
mean, you are so terrified of you got Henry who's gonna run and run you over and do what he does, and then you got that threat of Lamar. You don't know what's gonna happen. That
Hmm.
is frightening right
Hmm.
there. I mean, my God. Like honestly, Henry stays healthy and he delivers like he's been delivering and Lamar doesn't get it done this year, I'm sorry, man. I ain't gonna never believe in Lamar getting it done until he do it. Like he has to get it done this year. There's no excuse now. It's
Right.
bro, they have set you up to win. You got to
Right.
get it done, bro. You got to do
Gotta get it
something.
done.
But I got to give a shout out real quick though, bro. Shout out to
Uh-oh.
Kirk Cousins, bro. Dang,
Oh,
I don't know
no.
anybody who gets his money like him. Like
Oh,
seriously,
no. Who
what?
where you go to, Atlanta?
He went to Atlanta. Yo, this dude has made $411 million in his career.
That's
What?
crazy. That's
This dude
crazy.
gets his money.
That's crazy.
No matter Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Remember when he got drafted to the Washington Commanders, formerly
Yeah.
known as the Washington Redskins at that point.
Uh-huh.
When he was drafted to the Commanders, this dude, remember RG3 was drafted there, and he was looked at to be the guy. They just drafted Cousins, spot fill.
Right.
And look who's still there. RG3 is gone, been out the league for a while now, and he's been doing good work in commentary and ESPN. But Kirk Cousins is the one lone warrior standing. Like he's the one still out there putting that work in. Pretty good player, and no matter what,
Yeah.
able to get his money. I got nothing but respect for that dude. Nothing but respect for him.
He's definitely a 500 quarterback. he, I mean, like, I don't know. Kirk Cousins prime time is different than Kirk Cousins the rest of the time. And
Mm, mm.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, he is what he is. He ain't worth the money he's getting paid. I can tell you that. He's not worth the money he's being paid.
Uh-huh.
Like you said, almost $500 million and nothing
Mhm,
to really show for it. That's kind of
mhm,
crazy. But
mhm.
hey, get your money, bro. I don't
Get
know.
your money,
Get your money,
because you're
baby.
right. Nothing to show for it. He don't got no MVPs. He don't
Nope.
got no championships. The
No
big thing,
Pro Bowls. No
what? He's
championships.
made some Pro Bowls.
Oh, he made the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, look up Kurt. There's no. I'm pretty sure I've seen Kurt have some Pro Bowl selections now. Ain't no way that man. You ain't gonna tell me he made all that money. He ain't made no Pro Bowls. I'm very sure Kurt's made some Pro Bowls.
Let me see. Kirk
This
Cousins.
this man ain't.
Oh, okay. He is a 4-time Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I remember seeing he's been a Pro Bowler now. I'm about to. I swear to
Oh,
God, if
okay.
you would have told me, nah, he ain't made no Pro Bowls. One, I don't know what the hell my mind is remember, and two, I was gonna go out and try out for the league. I think I would have a chance because if you're telling me this dude can make all that money and never make a Pro Bowl, I think I got a chance for at least a split second for them to be like, we'll give him a shot until I
Yeah,
get hit one time and go down, and that's it.
that's right. Your whole knee is just gone.
Just going like they just ripped that shit off, and it's like this not even a joke. They literally hit me so hard, my knee is on the other side of the field. But hey, at least I got that money for that one moment.
Oh shit, that's
But yeah,
hilarious.
man, I don't. Is that it? Was any other big moves? I think that was it, right?
Yeah,
So
not.
far,
I think those were the two big moves. Obviously
yeah,
Henry and Barkley, the big names.
yeah.
There were a couple other like moves going around for sure though. So I just can't remember them off the top of my head.
I think
Um,
that's solid.
but yeah, yeah. I do have to bring up hockey if we're done with football.
Yep.
Rangers still number one, baby. Hell
Okay.
yeah. I just went to the game last night, Rangers
Okay.
versus Carolina Hurricanes, and Hurricanes had moved to within 2 points of getting to the Rangers, so first place. But Rangers beat them last night, 1-0, in a great hard fought game, and so Rangers kind of widened the gap just a little bit.
Good. Good.
Um, but yeah, man, it's
Kudos to
kind of exciting to see. I'm hoping that they can continue their hot streak for the rest of this month, and I think that it go like halfway through next month. So we're about a month away from playoff hockey.
them.
So if they could just keep strong, keep healthy, they might have a fighting chance. But I do have to talk about this one kid that's playing for the Rangers that just
Hmm.
started. I think he's only like 10 or 11 games in. His name is Rempy. He's
Okay.
six. He's 6'8",
Jesus
two
Christ.
hundred 250 pounds,
A brick
and
house.
for hockey, that's a monster. Usually, you ain't seeing people like above 6'4", 6'5".
I mean, that's a monster
So
in a lot of sports, my friend.
yes, yeah. I mean, besides basketball, that's just straight up like you don't see. There's dominant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, and so this dude has come out, this rookie year. He just started 10 games ago, and just has more penalty minutes than he has ice time minutes. First
Good
of
Lord.
all,
So he's an
this dude
enforcer.
is this dude's an enforcer. He's out
Yeah.
there. He said he's never challenged to a fight, but he's not backing down from a fight. So if he
Man, so
gets
he gonna
challenged to
finish
a
it
fight,
though.
this dude is swinging. Now he's like
Yeah.
an okay fighter, but the fact
All
like that he's just standing up to these vets and holding his own even a little bit is crazy. Um, Unfortunately, he got suspended the
right.
game before last night, so I couldn't see him live. I really wanted to see like how he looked like when you're right, because it's different when you're watching it on the TV
Yeah.
versus like when he's 20 feet away from you or
Oh
something,
yeah, absolutely.
uh,
Absolutely.
so I really wanted to see it, but he got suspended for 4 games because he hit someone with like the nastiest fucking hit, and the league was not having that. But yeah, I'm excited for that kid. I hope that he can continue to play just a little bit smarter, so he doesn't get suspended as much no more. But yeah, he's brought some life. Like the fans are cheering him every time he's on the ice. They're like going crazy for him. He scored a goal.
Mhm.
I think he's got some other assists. He's on the ice when they score than when he's being scored on, which is a very important stat in hockey. And yeah, man, it's crazy.
No doubt. Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And he looks like Dave, who we talked to once in here, who's like the big Invincible fan.
Yeah.
He looks so much like Dave. I sent him a picture the day that I saw that he was playing or whatever. I was like, "What the fuck, Dave? I didn't know you played for the Rangers. What the hell? You didn't tell me shit about this."
I was saying, bro, my man, give me some tickets, bro.
Exactly what I was about to say. I'll be like, "Bro, hook me up with some tickets, bro.
Yeah.
What are we doing? I want to be like
Exactly.
Taylor Swift in the audience, bro. Come on, son.
Okay.
Give me that sweet box, baby."
There you go, man. There you go. You will cheer your man on.
That's right. That's right. Vinyl Dragon said, "Bro, Cousins is getting his money the right way, despite the quality of player he is, despite Brett Favre stealing from the poorest economies of Louisiana."
Mm-hmm. That's funny. Me and my
Shit.
brother were talking about Brett Favre earlier. That piece of garbage.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And I was bringing that up. God, that guy's a piece of trash. Yeah.
Dude, 6'5", that's like having Ben Grimm on the ice. Yeah, dude, he is like he's a head taller than most of the people that are on the ice. It's crazy. And a lot of those dudes are already, relatively tall. They're professional athletes. They're big boys. But he is just so fucking huge. It's just funny to watch him skating around. And he keeps up with most of them too. I mean, he's a quick skater as well. So yeah, it's just exciting to see the new blood on the team.
Nice. Hell yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, we got some more news as far as there's a possible Halloween TV series in development. I guess to go along with, I know they've done a Chucky TV series, which I still haven't seen any of that. And I feel like there was another TV series from like those old horror movies that was made, but I can't remember what it is.
Bro, didn't the last Halloween movie end it? Why are we what? My God, I'm so sick of this Michael Myers garbage at this
Bro,
point.
they are obsessed with Michael Myers. It's
For real,
crazy
like
for like
I used to love Michael Myers. Now I completely like just hate the character because like I'm so sick of these crappy ass movies that like God, this is supposed to be the end. Like we can't even go like 2 whole years without it actually being the end.
No.
Like give us some time. At least give it like 3 or 4 years and then do something. Give us some time.
I've honestly never understood why, of all the horror movie villains, why Michael Myers like commands such like an A-list for horror movie, position. Because I mean, Freddy, I get because he's funny and like the concept of Freddy is actually interesting.
Yeah.
Chucky, the little doll or whatever, that's kind of freaky. Plus, again, he talks, he's funny. Jason, same kind of thing with Jason though. Like Jason and Michael Myers, it's like they don't fucking talk. I often confuse the two of them because it's just like they were abused by their moms. They don't talk. They're large. They kill people. They hack them to bits with a big knife. That's it. They're the same fucking character, except one's at a lake and the other one's not at a lake.
And then the thing is weird because it was like, all right, like Jason is essentially this undead. But then with Michael Myers, it's like, well, he's supposed to be normal, but yet obviously he's not because he does these inhuman feats.
Right.
So it's like, what is Michael Myers exactly? It's like we don't really know. Because like even how he died at the end of the last one was like, all right, well, Jason couldn't die that way. But at the same time, some of the other stuff he survived from just don't make sense. Like it's all weird. So it's kind of just like I don't know what Michael Myers is even really supposed to be outside of obviously his he's killing people. Blah blah. I was like I don't even really know. Like again, Jason like he died, he came back to life. He's essentially an undead. I don't know what the fuck Michael Myers is. I don't know.
For a while, I thought he was just like he was an autistic kid because that's how it made him seem. It made him seem like he was nonverbal autistic,
right?
And so like the social disconnect was there. And then once he went through all the tragedy of his youth, and like he was just big and he was able to kill people, and so he
He
just
kills
keeps
sister
killing
and all
people.
that good stuff. Yeah.
He can't tell the difference between right and wrong, so he's just out here killing people. Like
Right.
that's what I thought it started as, and how they like tried to explain it and retcon it. But you're right. I mean, as the series continues, he's come back to life. He's done all
Yeah.
sorts of crazy shit. He seems to
Yeah.
be able to teleport at some at
Yeah. Apparently.
points. So I mean, I can't get a grasp for it. Just like you're saying, I have no idea. And Vinyl Dragon says Michael Myers' mask is actually William Shatner's mold. Yeah, the story of that is actually kind of crazy. There's a on Netflix, they have like the movies that made us, and one of them is the Halloween. They went to some like party supply store and just got a mask. I guess I don't remember it being William Shatner, but I guess it is. And then they just spray painted like the mold a white and then the hair like dark, and it
Yeah.
looked creepy as hell. And they're like, hell yeah, let's go with it. That's it. They just bought like a celebrity mask and painted it whiter and then painted the hair darker. And they're like,
And
this
it's
is
like,
creepy.
well, it
Let's go
worked.
with it.
It
Yeah,
worked.
it worked. It
It
worked.
definitely worked. But yeah, it's just God, man. I'm just tired of all the Halloween garbage, man. At this point, like I have no interest in this series. It's like enough. I don't care. And I'm a
Yeah,
horror movie
I'm
guy. I
with you.
love horror movies. I'm just like I don't care.
I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, unless they're going like, I'm assuming, what is it called? Oh, Final says Halloween Season of the Witch TV show is what it's gonna be called.
Oh, okay.
Uh, I was gonna say maybe if they like go back to when he was a kid or something, like,
All right.
or growing up, or more origin type stuff. But I don't know, like just continuing with this hacker slasher. It's only so many ways you can kill someone with a big knife.
Yeah, it does get like repetitive. So it's like this
Yeah,
ain't like at least with Freddy, he's going into your dreams and you can have all these creative different ways he can kill people. But
right.
with Freddy, I mean not sorry, with Michael Myers does get to a point where it's like, all right, well, cool. That's a Michael Myers kill, and that's it.
Hmm.
And that's the end of it. It's like, all right. So I don't know. Maybe the season of the witch. Maybe it's something. I'm guessing dealing with witches now. They gonna bring them back. I don't know. Maybe it's the past. Maybe it's the future. I
Yeah,
don't even know. Maybe it's
maybe
about
they're
witches.
going. Yeah, maybe they're going into why he's like the paranormal or whatever. Like maybe they're finally telling people that he is not normal,
Yeah, maybe.
not just a human being.
Yep.
I don't know.
Still won't watch it.
Anyway, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I'll let you watch it and tell me that way you're
Oh,
not gonna
okay.
watch it. Okay. We have the Crow. I didn't even know until recently that they were releasing a new Crow movie, The Crow, or I guess redoing The Crow.
I didn't even know
Uh,
that.
but it's coming out in June. So June 7th
Oh, damn.
is the release date for The Crow with Bill Skarsgård, who played Pennywise in It.
Hmm.
Uh and yeah, the first like set photos got people a little upset. They didn't like his look. He had like tattoos and stuff. They were comparing him to like how it looked when we first saw Jared Leto as the Joker,
Hmm.
when they like showed him with his shirt off and the
Yep.
tattoos or whatever. So that's kind of what they're going with this. The only difference is Bill Skarsgård is actually a good actor, while Jared Leto is a piece of trash. So
Okay. All
there
right.
is, that small difference that you could hold out a small sliver of hope.
Uh
However, I
huh.
still don't know why we even needed a new The Crow movie, but I guess it's just such a cult classic that they were
They
like,
feel
why
it's
not
time
redo
for a
it?
new one now.
Yeah, time for a new one. Let's see. Vinyl is giving us some info here. Oh, wait, hold on. He said they're also getting ready to do a Halloween on Ice Broadway show. Get the fuck out of here.
It might. It might. I wouldn't be shocked. I would be shocked if it happens.
He says Season of the Witch was the third Halloween movie, and it had nothing to do with Michael Myers. I don't even remember that. Do you remember that?
Oh no, I do kind of got a memory of that. Yeah, there is like a weird movie that basically didn't have much to do with him. Yeah,
Okay.
because Halloween has such a weird fucking franchise. Yeah, huh?
Speaking of that, or talking to that, I
And
once
people hated
saw
that
The
movie. So why
Crow.
would they even want to? Whatever.
He says, I once saw the Crow comic book from back in the 90s for $25 and didn't jump on it. I've regretted it to this day. Yeah, that comic book is very expensive. It is
Mhm.
extreme, like it's not a very high printed issue. Even like finding the second or third prints. I think it goes to 3 printings, but even those are rare. Like you can't even find those very often. And then it's
That's
like this
definitely a
all
book to
black.
have. Then.
It's an all black cover, which makes the imperfections. You could very easily see any of like the creases or ticks or anything like that. And so getting a high grade copy of the Crow one is very hard to do, and so it commands quite a hefty sum. But yeah, definitely a lot more than $25. I can tell you that.
Hmm. Okay.
So yeah, for sure, that is one to look for. But we'll see. I mean, if this movie sucks, who knows? People might not want that shit no more. I mean,
Yeah,
people
that's
are
true.
gonna want it, but they might not
I
want
get
it
it.
as
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah. But hey, I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, like I
So
said,
Dino,
it ain't Jared Leto.
what do you think about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson?
Oh my god, I forgot about that completely until you just said it. I hope we get Prison Mike, and I hope he comes out and just fucking kills him. I know I'm not getting sucked into this whole money thing. I know that's why Jake books most of the shit that he books. He's like, oh, people are gonna pay because they're gonna hope to see me finally obliterated or whatever. But he keeps picking these old ass dudes and like fighting on his terms and all his bullshit. But at the same time, Mike's a real dude. Mike might actually kill him.
He might, he might. But I will say this: um, it kind of sads me. Like I'm sad to see this. This doesn't like. I don't know what the exact money is. I heard that it's like 25 million. Do you know what the money actually is?
I can look it up, but you keep
Because I
going.
heard that Michael make like 25 million. That's what I heard. I don't know what the exact number is. Um, but man, this doesn't really outside the financial aspect of it, man, I don't see this doing much for Mike, man. Like if you lose, then it's just like, man, you lost to Jake Paul. Even though yes, he is 58, but still, if he wins, it's like, well, you were supposed to win.
Yeah, it looks like that they're gonna be paying. The first thing that I see here it says $35 million.
Oh shoot, 35? Okay.
Um, but I mean, I don't. I'm not getting a definitive thing.
So we'll just say 35, 30 million, whatever. Um,
The
so cool.
reality is, if a real offer is on the table, and he's getting blowbacks, he may be getting closer to $100 million when it's all said and done. Is
Right.
what this
Yeah.
article says.
No, and that's fair because of the way the revenue works and all that, and the buy rates and all that. Yeah. Um, it's the biggest part that makes me sad is like the overall actual sport of boxing is a joke. It's essentially a dead sport
Yeah,
where these celebrity fights make so much more and get so much more interest than the actual
yeah,
sport of boxing. I
right,
was asking a bunch of people who call themselves boxing fans. I'm like, hey, can you name me 10 boxers? Not a single one of them could. Because and then I was looking at some of the records. I'm like, man, these records are interesting. These guys don't fight each other.
right.
And that's the biggest issue. That's the difference with like UFC. Whether man, I want to have this guy could beat this guy. They're gonna fight. You're gonna get the top guys fighting each other. Where in boxing, you don't get that.
Yeah,
So these celebrity fights get so much more eyes on them. They make so
yep,
much more, and it's more interesting.
right.
So it's just so sad that this celebrity fight is probably going to be the biggest boxing event of the whole year.
Probably. Here's my take on it. This is just kind of what I thought because like I've talked about this a little bit when the news broke, and this is just what I think. So boxing, I feel like just doesn't hold the weight that it used to hold in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s,
You don't have a
where it
Mike
was like
Tyson.
where it was. I mean, not just that, but like Mike Tyson was so successful not only because he was so fucking good, right, but also because like boxing was considered at that time really the most violent sport that we could get away with. People love watching fights and stuff
But
like
he
that.
was also a big part of that. Mike Tyson
Right.
is still to this day probably the most feared boxer. Not saying he's the
Oh yeah.
greatest, but he is hands down the most feared boxer
Oh yeah.
ever.
Yeah. 100%. I'm with you. MMA, I mean, was still very early. Even in the early 2000s, it was still just getting its like
Mm-hmm.
grounds kind of showing what it was. But then once MMA started taking off, you were just it was more violent. Like it was like, oh man, this is like a real fight. It's there's not the rules of boxing, there's not this, that, and the other, whatever, blah blah. You can like haul off and kick someone or choke them out on the ground type of thing. So I feel like more of the attention went from boxing to MMA. And now uh I feel like there's not even really as much of an audience for MMA anymore. Like you said, now it's more like the celebrity fights or whatever that have been going on. Because I don't know. I don't know if we've gotten desensitized to it. I don't know if just like people got tired of paying $50 to watch a fight that lasted for 10 seconds. I don't
I mean,
know
that could be the
if
MMA though, because literally an MMA
that's what
fight
I'm
can be
saying.
over
Yeah.
in 6 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know if like that played a part of it. I'm not exactly sure, but I can tell you that there's really just a drop off of interest in both definitely boxing and also MMA now, unless there's these stunt fights being performed, like this one, or like when Connor was fighting Mayweather, or when this, that, and the other, whoever is fighting whoever. There was like a big crossover or a big celebrity thing, and it's just like otherwise it's just not garnering any attention.
Yeah, I mean, especially boxing, because I still think MMA does well. Just looking at some of their numbers, they still do okay. But boxing has just seemed like a dead sport now. And it's
Mhm.
sad that Mike Tyson, a 58-year-old, versus Jake Paul, who is not don't get me wrong, if any regular person gets in the ring with Jake Paul will fuck them up. But if
I
he
think
gets
at
in
this
the ring
point
with
it's safe to say that, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, in the
if he gets
beginning
in the ring with an
it was
actual
not.
boxer, like a legit, real boxer, he's more than likely going to lose. But still, this guy against Mike Tyson is the creme to the creme's fight that everybody's like, oh man, I hope he gets killed, or man, I hope Mike don't get knocked out. And then there's some people's like, man, I hope Mike gets knocked out for embarrassing boxing by doing this fight. So it's sad that that's where we're at now. But it's everything you said is true. And again, like you don't have that Mike Tyson guy in boxing. Tyson Fury is awesome, right? But he's not that. He's more of that kind of lovable, funnier kind of guy.
Yeah.
But you don't have that killer in the game anymore. That you can just be like,
Yeah.
man, I can't wait to see him get in the ring and just maul down whoever the hell's on the other side. You don't got
Yeah.
that anymore.
No,
So
you don't.
it's
And I
just what
mean,
it is.
and some of that is the evolution of player safety. We have to kind
Mhm.
of take that into account.
Yes.
I mean, remember, in the 80s, 90s, not too much evidence or knowledge of CTE and concussions, and what that was really doing to people over time. And now we're starting to get more of that. And I wonder if that almost hinders talent from even entering the ring to begin with,
Maybe.
on a professional level, where they're like, you know what, I'd rather live to be 70 than live to be 45 and then not be able to hold a drink without spilling it on myself, type of thing.
Oh,
Just
remember when
because
we
I've
was
been
growing up,
punched in
when
the
we was
face.
right. Then when we was growing up, when we would hear some of our, some of the boxers that you never really heard talk, and you finally hear them talk now, and they're older and they can barely put a sentence together.
Can't even, yeah,
You're just like,
exactly. Can't even
oh
put a
man,
sentence together.
right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, that wow. But it's a difference now. It's a huge difference now.
Final says 35 million. And I'm in as the bell rings, I'm falling on the floor instantly.
I
you
think
put all
I think a lot of people would be beyond upset, and you
You
would
put all
probably lose money
35
there.
million. You put all 35 million on Jake Paul taking the fight, and then you just fall with the
He just
first punch.
falls. Yeah, I think there'd be such a big backlash that you would lose money.
I don't know,
Like
bro.
I don't think you're gonna see that 35 mil.
They ain't gonna pay you.
I don't think you see it that nah. So they gotta go ham. Like,
You got that
oh
shit
my
up
god.
front when you sign the contract. Deposit the 35 million to my account, and then we're doing the fight.
They gonna be like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Something don't
Nah.
sound right here. Something does not sound right
Oh
here.
shit,
Nah.
that's funny. Vinyl says in the 80s, there was also a great fear of people catching HIV from blood in the ring. Tommy Morrison was diagnosed with it and fought a lot of people. Waldo also one, or he was also one of the villains in Rocky. Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of that. The 90s was more of the AIDS scare. I guess a little bit in the late 80s too.
Yeah,
I don't know, dude. Like, I mean, there's always going to be a little, like, you punch someone so hard that their tooth goes in your mouth or some shit.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I make it happen.
But
Make it happen.
I
It's
mean,
fucking
it could, but like the likelihood of just even just a drop, like one little drop of blood that happens to somehow get in your mouth or your eye or something, the likelihood of you actually contracting the virus is slim to none. Just from that, if as long as you're not like pouring his blood into you or something crazy. I mean, take a look at why Magic Johnson was able to play for as long as he did. You don't think people were up in arms back then when Magic was playing?
of course.
Of course, yeah. But the fact of the matter is that him bumping into you while he's sweating is not going
It's
to
not gonna.
magically give you AIDS.
That was more
So
scary in wrestling because there was a lot of wrestlers with hepatitis C or with AIDS, and then remember in wrestling you're blading. So
yeah,
if you're blading and that person's blading, your
yeah,
bloods are gonna mix heavenly
yeah,
because you're just
yeah.
bleeding all over the place on each other, and that's what it's
Right,
supposed to be. So that's when there was a lot of scare and a lot of ass whoopings happen after a lot of certain matches because of situations like that where the guy doesn't even say anything, and then you find out later on it's like, hold on, what? So
right,
yeah, that was definitely way more scary in professional wrestling.
right. Vinyl says, "Nah, bro, you just bite their ears off."
I mean,
Bro, if Mike Tyson doesn't bite off Jake Paul's ear, I want a refund on the match.
I mean, if he does do that, then it's the greatest boxing fight of all time.
That's what
That
I'm
would be
saying.
fucking hilarious. But again, we're not condoning that now. We ain't saying we want that to happen.
Evander Holyfield's out there, like, I hope he bites that motherfucker's ear.
I think he's gonna be like, Jake, bite his ear. I'm cheering for Jake to
Bite that
crap on
motherfucking ear.
Tyson. Get him, Jake. Bite that motherfucker's ear off. Make him
He's
feel
like,
what
I'll
I felt.
I'll pay you $1 million cash.
He's like, I'll pay you $1 million just to do it.
Ah, shit. That's funny.
Okay, that's
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to watch the fight, but I'm sure I'll hear about it the day after or probably a few minutes after it
oh
happens.
yeah, I'm
So
not paying
I'll
money for
watch
that
the
fight.
replay.
Yeah, I'll
But
definitely watch the replay, or if I'm at somebody's house and they're watching it, maybe. But I'm not paying money to watch that.
yeah. Yeah, no. Absolutely not. All right. We have a couple more movie related news. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
any trailers or anything for this evening. And then it's just if you've got anything else you want to throw in there.
All
But
right.
the first one we have Venom 3 has received a title. It's called The Last Dance, but Lord knows it's probably not going to be the last Venom movie. Venom 3, The Last Dance is set for October 25th of this year. So as of right now, we are getting Venom 3 in October of this year, and it is titled The Last Dance.
And they are so quick to put a Venom movie out. Jesus Christ. So it makes me wonder: is Eddie Brock gonna die, and then Flash Thompson takes over Venom?
I, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Venom, bro.
interesting. I actually like the name. I like the name
Okay.
in the
You
sense
like the
of
name?
it gives intrigue.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder. What they mean by the last. So yeah, that's not bad. That's not a bad idea. Hopefully this will be like again a little bit of a break because I feel like God knows I feel every year there's a Venom. I feel like there's more than 3. I feel like there's like 6. I feel like it's the Fast and the Furious now. That every fucking year there's a new movie. That's what I feel.
That's
So
how you feel. Okay.
that's how I feel.
I
So
want you. I'm sure it's just going to be another symbiote villain, but do you think there's a chance for a villain that's not necessarily a symbiote with this one?
man, I hope Spider-Man shows up. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna say Spider-Man's gonna be in this movie.
No, we thought that last time, and he was cut.
I'm saying he's gonna be in this movie. You heard it here first. I'm a Charles Barkley, y'all. I guarantee that Spider-Man will be in this movie.
No, he's not going to be in this
Yes.
movie.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Black
There's
Santa
no
don't
way.
steer y'all wrong. All right. Black Santa's caused so much stuff up here. You have
Yeah.
too, Dino.
I know.
So I'm calling this one. Spider-Man
Okay.
will make some kind of scene in this movie.
Uh-huh.
Even if it's end credit. He will be in this movie some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Trusting
He
your
was,
black.
I guess he was technically in the end credits of the last movie.
Ha! So there you go. I was right then too, technically. Technically, I was right then too.
Technically, he was in
Technically, I was right though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was technically right. But no, no, on the real though, I think it's I'm actually excited for this one because I want to see where this goes. Yeah, you know what? I am excited for this one. I want to see where this goes. I actually want to see where this goes. This is the only Sony movie that I have some type of intrigue in because the rest of them just like I don't give a damn. Let's go Craven. So yeah, this should be interesting.
Oh yeah, we could touch on that for a second here, but I was gonna say that like because of all the bullshit that Sony has done, yeah, I'm not excited for Venom 3, The Last Dance. What is this, Promenade? Come on, get the fuck out of here.
Bro. We're gonna have Craven in it. We're gonna have Madam Web in it.
No.
We're gonna have Morbius, he's gonna be in it.
No.
Spider-Gwen's gonna be in it.
Nope.
Charlie Murphy is gonna play a role in it. R.I.P. Charlie Murphy. But like they did with Tupac, where they had like that image of him and everything, and they did the concert. Charlie's gonna come in there and roast everybody in the movie. Eddie Murphy's gonna show up in it too.
Oh, okay.
Martin Lawrence gonna be in there as Big Mama 4.
Damn.
Yeah, star-studded right here.
Damn, that is crazy. How is every black comedian in this movie? This is crazy. Well, they bringing back AI Richard Pryor. He's gonna be in this movie too. What the hell?
Cat Williams gonna be in it though.
Yeah, Cat Williams in this movie. Oh my god!
15 minutes of him just speaking.
Yeah, he's gonna be talking shit about all the other. He's gonna be like, and another thing, Steve Harvey. Let me tell you something.
Steve Harvey wasn't invited to the movie.
Yeah, he was not in the movie because Cat Williams, bro. Because he was scared. He was scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not very excited. I know Alexis likes the first two movies, and so I'm sure that I will be taking her to go see Venom 3. But I don't know, man. I the second one really didn't do it for me. And when you have such a iconic character like Carnage and fucking Venom in a movie together, I feel like that's just a formula for automatic success, and they still messed it up. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. Like, it's probably just gonna be more of the same shenanigans from the first two movies, and I don't know.
Because that's the thing, I'm fully with you on that part. Because it does disturb me because Carnage, I've said it before up here so many times. He is Marvel's Joker. Like if anybody can rival the Joker's craziness, it's Carnage. That's the only guy. Because the stuff that this dude has done in the comics is fucking insane and crazy.
Right.
Like, he's had so many great iconic moments, not even dealing with Spider-Man, that is just like, yo, this is that dude. And have him and Venom in the same movie, I'm with you. It should have been like an automatic, this is one of the greatest superhero movies, but it was not.
It was not, no.
But all those other symbiotes that are cool too in the movie, and it still was like, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, is it just going to be more another symbiote villain, or like, can we move on to having a different villain? Because I would kind of like to have the symbiote versus something else.
If it's not another symbiote, who would it be?
I don't know, but just someone else.
Even if somebody's like, well, there'll be he's a symbiote too. So who would it freak? In the grand scheme, he's not a symbiote, but you get the point. It's still dealing with symbiote shit. That's what I mean. So it's like, who would it be?
I don't know. If you want Venom to be like the lethal protector so bad, it should be like, it could be any one of Spider-Man's villains that they've been building.
Yeah.
Sony wants to have all these fucking villains so badly. Use one of them.
Agreed. I do agree with that.
And have Venom be like the anti-hero that you've been trying to build this whole time, but really haven't gotten the grasp of it.
No.
Yeah. So I don't know. Whatever. And then moving on from Marvel into DC, we have Batman 2 or the Batman 2. Robert Pattinson Batman is being
Mm-hmm.
delayed an entire year. So it has been pushed from 2025 to 2026. So we are
Oh,
going 2 years now without the Batman. They're claiming
that's concerning.
they're claiming that they are doing they're trying to make it better than what it was, and so they're doing some rewrites to lead into reshoots, et cetera, et cetera. But
That's concerning.
yeah, I mean, it is a little concerning. It's also putting almost 5 years between the Batman and the Batman 2. So
And you
there is
got to be
that to think
careful with
about.
that because I've always said you don't want to rush stuff, but you don't want to wait too long neither.
Right. No, I'm
So
with you on that for sure. And also now you're opening yourself up to now we have over a year and a half between, here in 2026.
yep,
So it could get delayed again.
it could.
Something else could happen,
Yeah,
with the way the news is coming out and everything, something could happen with one of the actors, and then you got to start over with that. A
exactly,
la King the
exactly.
Conqueror. So you never
Yeah,
know what could happen there. So it definitely is not great news,
no.
unless they come out with something just absolutely spectacular as a result of it, in which case I'll be like, "I told you the whole time they should have delayed it a whole year."
The whole damn time I was saying that. What is wrong with
Yeah,
you?
I was saying delay it even longer.
Exactly. What the hell is wrong with you? Don't look at the film. Um,
No, but I mean, it is disappointing because I really like that first movie, and
same.
so kind of looking forward to the second one whenever we get it. I know we are still supposed to get that that HBO or Max or whatever show about the Penguin.
Yeah.
But I don't know when that's supposed to come. I forgot if they've delayed that as well or what's going on there. But yeah, I mean that should hold us over a little bit, but I don't know when that's going to come out.
Should. But exactly. We don't even know fully on when that's popping off and what's going to happen there. So,
Oh, we're
whoa.
getting some suggestions from Vinyl Dragon for the Venom villains.
Okay.
Red Fox as Rhino.
Okay.
Antonio Banderas as El Tarantula.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He's
that's what we got.
okay. Well, no. But yeah, hey, keep your dart in your hand and keep throwing it at that wall until you hit somebody else and keep on going,
That's
But
right.
yeah, we got to figure some stuff out, man. I don't know. But yeah, I'm very saddened to hear that about the Batman, man. Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, it does suck
So
for sure.
yeah, I guess we'll see.
For sure, for sure. All right, well, that's all I've got. Well, you got any last things you want to talk about?
Let's see. Any last things? Yeah, we talked about oh boy, and then oh boy, and then oh boy. Um, so a little bit, I guess, somewhat of a tiny update on the Vince McMahon thing.
Oh yeah.
They have at least named like a couple of more. Now these people was not necessarily involved, but they were apparently they knew about the situation and potentially helped in covering certain things up. But the name that kind of was not super shocking to me, but was like, damn, I wish it wasn't the name, was Stephanie McMahon. Um,
Mm.
she was named as one of the 4 executives. I'm not super shocked because the way she resigned came out of nowhere and was weird. So she resigned way before anything popped off. But the way she did it, she resigned. She first really kind of resigned when the Vince McMahon stuff first kind of popped off, way before we knew about the actual person. But when it first got announced and Vince made that first fake retirement, um, she kind of resigned around then. Then she came back when he retired. And then when he came back, she resigned again. But the way it happened was so weird that it was kind of like, something's not right here. So it would seem
Right.
that she knew about it and she may have tried to cover things. Don't know. We don't know. Not definitely not saying she did or did. Don't know.
Huh.
Nick Khan was also named, who is like, one of the head guys, part of the TK merger and all the other stuff with Day. He has sent out a statement apparently saying that him and Vince never had a conversation, but the report is that Vince McMahon called him up, told him about the relationship. He wasn't the biggest fan of the relationship, but he ended up supporting the relationship. The statement that was
Okay.
released from Nick Khan's people said him and Vince never had that conversation. So
Huh.
I don't know. Brock Lesnar is still in limbo. His character has been removed from WWE 2K24 as a playable character. But you
Uh-oh.
can play him apparently in like the WrestleMania mode, which is like highlighting all the different WrestleMania events. And if
Okay.
you're, I mean, they kind of in a situation where it's like he has to be playable because arguably the biggest WrestleMania situation was the streak ending, and Brock Lesnar was the one who ended Undertaker's streak. So if you're doing a whole showcase about WrestleMania, his biggest moment, you kind of have to have Brock there.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. But you can't play. Here's my thing on that, and I'm not trying to sound insensitive or anything like that, but here, let's just be honest with it. Technically, Brock Lesnar didn't break any laws. Brock Lesnar technically never did anything with her. They were supposed to do some things, but it never technically happened. Different situations happened that led to them never actually doing anything. The only thing that really happened was Brock, according to the reports, and Brock has never denied these, but he told her to pee. She peed, and then he texted her back, "Oh, you nasty slut," or something like that. Okay,
Okay.
cool. But he technically didn't break any laws.
Uh-huh.
And my thing is this: whether you want to hate Brock or not, I'm definitely look. I don't care. My thing is, in the video game aspect, there should be an option that gives you the right to say whether or not you want to be able to play as Brock Lesnar in your game.
Sure.
If Brock Lesnar, who was originally for that game, and I pay for that game, I should be able to play as Brock if I want to,
Mm-hmm.
because he's in the game. They just coded him out so people can't play as him in regular play. I think
Right.
there should be an option that you can say yes, he should be playable, or no, and then he's just gone. You should have that
Right.
option. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel about it, but it is what it is. But
Okay. I think that's fair.
that's pretty much it.
I gotcha. We have a question from Vinyl. He says, "Have y'all read Avengers Twilight?"
I have not. That is on my list though. I've been so busy. But Avengers Twilight is actually on my list of stuff I need to read because I want to get back into reading some comics heavy, but it's been very busy as of late. You have, Dino?
No, I haven't read shit in the last couple weeks, especially. Um,
Understandable. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I also need to get back into reading. I miss it a lot. I need to put the app back on my phone or on
Right.
my tablet so I can read some more. It's just been insane, and I know through April it's like every weekend I'm out of town type of thing. So it's gonna be a minute before things calm down for me because I'm doing shit during the week and then I'm out of town on the
Yeah.
weekends for 2 solid months. Um, but Vinyl likes it. He says it's pretty good so far, and he's excited for Blood Hunt as well. So if you were looking for some reading recommendations, take them from Vinyl Dragon here. He's saying Avengers Twilight as well as Blood Hunt. Um, yeah, there you go.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and read a little bit of. I'm gonna try and read Twilight, at least a little bit of, at least see what's going on. Then next week we'll probably talk about it. But
Okay.
yeah, that's definitely something I want to do. It's just been very busy,
Yeah,
for a lot of different reasons. So yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. All right. I think we're going to end it there. And we will be back next week, hopefully. We'll catch you then on Wednesday around 8. So as always, stay villainous and
Fuck the fantastic.